Hi everybody, it's Dara, and I am realizing that I haven't been on live in a while, and there's a reason for that. I've been doing an enormous amount of sessions for people. Intuitive sessions, astrogeography sessions. So intuitive sessions are basically like you give me your birth info, and they're all on my website, daradubonnet.com. So you give me your birth info and hi. And then I take a peek at your natal chart, and I always take a look to see what planetary energies you're swimming in where you are living, because it makes a difference. And I'm going to tell you how it made a difference in my life. And so what is astrogeography? Hi, John. It's so good to see you. Well, almost see you. So basically, astrogeography is otherwise called astrocartography, and it came to be, it's been around for many, many years. The idea that where you're living makes a difference, like the idea that some places you feel incredibly happy in and some places feel miserable, and it may feel really good for someone else but bad for you. And so that's the premise. Thank you. That's the premise of cartography and astrogeography. Much like your natal chart, there's places on the planet. It's pretty much the astrology of place. So in 1978, a brilliant astrologer named Jim Lewis developed a program to be able to easily look it up. So thank you, my lovies. So before then, it would take all kinds of calculations, and it wasn't accessible to the regular person or astrologer. So now it's available, and Jim Lewis, trademarked the name astrocartography, which is why sometimes you'll hear it called different names. So I named it astrogeography for our purposes. And you look at it, you need your birth time, and there's a way to look at it for free. And I made a course to help you understand the planets and what they mean. When you find out you live on a Jupiter line, what does that mean? If you find out you live on the volcanic, explosive, transformative Pluto line, not only what does that mean for you, I teach you how to harness the energies of Pluto to work in your benefit, and to know how to call it in when you need it. And now in this day and age, the reason I think it's so important now is because astrogeography is so important now is because many of us are able to relocate more than ever before in our lives. We're able to travel much less expensively than any other time in our lives. And if we can't travel easily, there's a way, I believe, to harness the energies of the planet. Let's say you want some more love in your life and romance and beauty. Then you're going to look to where your Venus lines are. There's 4 on the map. And then you can call in the energies of that without even going there, by taking imagery from that place, textiles, eating the food, listening to the music. And on top of that, more than ever before in this day and age, we are able to communicate with people in the areas that we may not be relocating to. So that means that you can find out where the benefics are, and then you can say, okay, I'm going to take a retreat there. I'm going to go infuse myself with that energy and bring it home. Or I'm going to start watching YouTubers from that area, or just looking at the imagery and feeling what you could feel as if you were there. So, yes. Hey, Carol. And thank you, John B. So basically, it's not, I want to rename it. It's not really a course, because it's maybe like a 15-minute video teaching you how to look it up, and how to look up your friend or your partner or your mother, and you can look up their charts. And then when you see what line you're living on, then there's just a series of videos explaining the planets. So basically you get to kick back and just listen to me talk about the planets for about 3 hours, and you can do it in pieces. It's not a hard and intensive course. It's very easy, and people tell me they like it and they're able to do it for other people. So it's really, really so important, because you could be eating the best food on the planet. You could be doing yoga. You could be doing compassionate communication, a la Dr. Marshall Rosenberg, who's one of my favorites. You could be doing all of these things, and yet something just doesn't feel right. So wouldn't it be good to know that you're not crazy, that it's not a great planetary line for you? And so I teach you all that. Like, I talk about it and I share it, and people are able to do it easily. And the reason that I love that so much is because all of these years that I've known about astrocartography, astrogeography, also called the astrology of place or astrolocality, I've known about it. I moved away from a very, very hard line. I was living on a Neptune line, and I broke free and was able to be living. Now I'm living on my Jupiter rising line. And my astrologer many, many years ago said, when you get to California, your Jupiter rising line, you will have thousands of people wanting to hear what you have to say. And so obviously that happened. But all of these years, I've never been able to really know how to look up exactly what's going on in the places of travel. Like, I knew I was good in India. I knew I'm good in California. I knew I wasn't so good in New Jersey and New York, which is the place of my birth. Very transformative. And the energy that you're born on actually stays with you your whole life. So I am an agent of change. I am a catalyst of change, which we all know. So there's really good things about each planet. Like, they have properties, like it's full. It's like there could be challenging aspects, but there's also really good ones for each of the planets. So I'm good in the UK. I'm good in the UK. I'm okay in the UK. So I feel like when I got to California, everything got better. And I'm like, this is true, this is real. And then all of a sudden it occurred to me this past year that wouldn't it be great to help people? Because I was doing it anyway. When I looked at their chart, I'm like, I want to see what's going on for them so we can rule out planetary influences if they're having a difficult time figuring out their career or having love or health issues or whatever. So it's been proven true to me. I became obsessed with it this past year, started doing sessions, have done many, many sessions, and people are saying it maps out the story of their life. Like, it's amazing. Like, one woman lived on a Uranus line, and she told me that, and that's upsets at home. She told me she had to move. She moved from New York to California, and it was her Uranus IC line, which is upsets in home. Each of the planets has 4 angles. So the planet will express itself in different areas of your life depending on which angle. And this particular one was at home. And she said, Dara, I had to move 8 times this year due to, like, I'm lighting Palo Santo, due to things beyond my control, like a sewer pipe bursting and unwanted sexual advances and a series of 8 things. And I'm like, that's Uranus on the IC, where, hello, Robin. So I have a candle, a beeswax candle from Big Dipper, and I light my Palo Santo over the candle. It's just an easy way to do it rather than using a lighter, a plastic thing. And so I feel, I don't know, I could tell you so many stories, like people who told me that their girlfriend or boyfriend are literally from a Venus line, like the Venus line on their own charts, or in one place where there is sun midheaven, that's the sun expressing itself through career. So it's like literally the fame line, like it's the fame and reputation line of the map. And so there's a place you can look to for being seen and being recognized. It's kind of like in feng shui. If you let's say you feel like you're doing good work, but you're not being noticed, then in feng shui, you're gonna fix your fame and reputation area with fire, with gold, with red. And for astrocartography, let's say you can't move tomorrow and you can't travel tomorrow, you can find the sun on the midheaven, and then say, I'm gonna like talk to people there. I'm gonna communicate with people there. I'm gonna maybe go there for a visit. So it really, really works. Obviously it has in my life, incredibly. And so I get to, you know what, Georgia, I have to look at my map, to be honest with you. I've done so many people's maps that my head is swimming like with other. So this is why the course is good, because sometimes you can't remember what energy is going on where, and then you just pull up the map on the computer that's free. You don't need any programs, and you go, oh yeah, that's, so I have to look mine up. But I believe that there was something, yeah, it was my Neptune line still in Georgia, and Neptune makes you feel like you're kind of underwater. It's amazing spiritually, but you don't really see clearly. You wouldn't really be noticed there. It would be hard to have drive there. It's like underwater, illusion, delusion, really good for it rules the film industry and like images, but like what's beyond the image or what's beyond the veil. So it allows you to tap in spiritually and see, like, you could become your most spiritual self. But if you're going to do business with someone on a Neptune line and fall in love on a Neptune line, you kind of want counsel. So for each of the planets, I tell you all about this. I tell you about the 4 different angles for each planet. And then I tell you like why you might need the nutrients of that planet, because they all have something to give us. Like, it's not good to be out of balance in any one. So their chances are, even though a Saturn line could age us, it might be really good for being an authority and going to study for a while and being able to have discipline. We need Saturn in our lives to build homes, to I had to harness the energy to make the course, because otherwise ideas and creativity are swimming around, but you need some kind of discipline and perseverance to follow them through. And I know that one very well because I'm a Capricorn and Saturn rules Capricorn. So I think everybody needs to know what is going on the map for them. And you can't, like, if you're still living on the place of your birth, you almost can't imagine what kind of expansion and different feelings you could have from living on a different line. So if people have hard decisions to make, or they don't know if they should stay with their partner, or they can't see clearly for their career, oftentimes I'll say, just go to a different line, one that is beneficial, and you're going to think differently. You're going to feel differently, and you definitely will. So birth of time is needed. And other than that, you go to my website and just sign up for the course, and it's not complicated. I think that it kind of scares people because they're like, oh, I don't have the time for that. Well, do you have 15 minutes to learn how to look up your own chart? Yes, you do. Do you have time to sit back and listen to me with a tonic in your hand? Yes, you do. And you will be, the good news is that it's so exciting, is that you can know what's going on for your family and help them. So even if you can't move, you can be like, hey, this is what's going on here. And Dara says the antidote to that is this. And so that's really cool. Plus, anytime you need, what if you need to go to a wedding in some place? Don't you want to know what energies you're going to be heading into to kind of brace yourself, right? Capricorn is your favorite sign. That's nice to hear. It's not everyone's favorite. They usually think of us as so serious, but there can be a high amount of artistry. And when we love loyally, and we love true. Venus in Capricorn, I have Venus in Capricorn, and it's a very true, we like stable. We're not interested in flings. We like to know that we can love someone for like ever. I am determined, yes, and I get things done. And I am a hard worker. And so it's interesting. Georgia was okay, because also I was only going there for like a week at a time, but I wouldn't move to a Neptune line for me. No way, not again. No, I would visit it. I would get all spiritual and dreamy and be able to create music or poetry or art, and then I would move out, go somewhere else to get it done, to be seen. that sort of thing. So does this sound interesting to you, or does it sound weird? Like, I want to know what you guys think. I want to know if anyone looked at the course on DARA'S. I really want your feedback. Thank you. I like my blonde highlights too. I've literally gotten lighter. Like, I lost some weight, I lightened my hair, my energy feels lighter lately. So I'm curious what you think about astrogeography. Your Sag, Sun, and Moon, how fun you must be. 5 planets in Sag, free-spirited, philosophical, love to travel. So I'm going to be doing some more courses, mini ones, not as extensive. This was about 3 hours long, and it took a great amount of effort to make this, to remember to say each thing about the planet and the angles, and give you anecdotes and make it all nicely packaged so it's not too long. Each planet's like 8 to 12 minutes long. So let's say you find out you live on a Saturn line, you just watch the Saturn video. You can click it up separately. So thank you, John B. That's so sweet. I'm so happy to see you guys. Oops, what's going on? You're back in the city. You live back in the city you were born, which is different from the place you grew up in. I like it, but you feel slower in progress. So don't you want to know what planet, what's going on there? There could be like something slowing you down. Maybe you need a little Mars for drive. And so what's amazing now is that, like, I believe we can call in the energy. Like, imagine you you're in the winter, and then you decide you want to feel warmth, and you want to remember what it was like to lie in the sun, on the sand, on a lounge chair, whatever the feeling is. You can lie down, close your eyes, and cellularly, like, you can picture it, you can feel it, you can change the cells of your body. So I'm actually believing that we can, let's say we find out where our fame and reputation line is, and it's the sun, and it's in Egypt. We can have on our desk a pyramid, a little gold pyramid, an image of Pharaoh or Cleopatra, or, we can like tap into those energies without being there. That's really amazing. And communicate and see if anything, it kind of opens up a gateway to believing that something can happen that's not happening where you are. And just by watching movies from that place or looking at imagery, start Googling, you could be like, oh, I want to call some of that energy in. I'm going to practice some of these things. I'm going to wear these colors. I'm going to wear this kind of jewelry. I'm going to adopt this kind of attitude to call in the nutrients of the planet we need. So it's really amazing. This is so interesting, Robin. Okay, at a certain age, we wonder if we are in the right place to play out the remains of our days. Yes, at a certain age, we start thinking, well, where do we want to be? Where we've been for like 10 years may not be, like we may have shifted and grown. And so reassessing, Robin, is so very, very healthy to do, because we don't want to get stuck in a rut. Like what was good for us 10 years ago, even maybe a couple months ago, may not be good anymore. So I do highly recommend retiring, or I don't even like the word retiring, but just having the next stage in life be somewhere that feels abundant, expansive, like Jupiter, loving, like Venus, arts, beauty, love. I wouldn't choose a Saturn line, because Saturn makes you feel old before your time and is not great for health. So great to go study for a while, but not great to live forever. So you want to look for the Venus IC line. When I tell you about that, you want to look for a Jupiter IC line. Those are your gardens of Eden on this planet. You could live on a Mercury line and feel youthful. That makes you feel youthful. You could live Jupiter, you could live on a sun line and be shining like the sun, or sun descendant and have other people shiny towards you. There's a line that actually brings in money and help and assistance from others. Jupiter descending. So you can find out all of that. I want to know what you think. We're going to change the wording to the course because I think it just sounds so intensive. You're not learning how to draw maps. You're not really measuring. You're just looking on the computer. You don't need software. You're just going to learn how to do it and then listen to me talk about it. So please comment after you look and let me know, or email me. I'm really curious, but I think that is an important thing to know, that it's not hard. I worked hard to make it not hard. You know, sometimes editing down or simplifying when things are minimal and simple, they take the hardest effort at all. It's easy just to throw things up and be like, and then it could be like hours long, but it's not. You just want to be fairly wealthy? Well, then that's okay. You can, living on an expansive line doesn't mean you're going to be low. I mean, you could actually inherit money, win the lottery on the Jupiter descending line. So maybe you wouldn't choose that line. So I wanted to really explain it to you guys because I was like, wait, I've been talking about this on podcasts. I've been doing sessions for people. And now I'm like, what about my people? My family needs to know about this. I want to get a coupon code for you guys. I don't know that we have someone to do that at the moment. I'm switching web people, so I'm kind of waiting for help with that. Get reading glasses. I have a really cute pair. I'm going to tell you. These are so cute. You want to see them? They're super dirty. Hold on. And I'm going to go in a second because I'm having a friend come up, and I just want to tell you a really nice thing to do that I did with Jenna and a new friend, Krista, is we wrote down qualities about ourselves that we like, because sometimes it's nice to have reminders of what we are good at in those moments of need when we forget. So I'm so glad I've taken some of the anxiety out of the course, because it looks like you're going to have to measure and color and graphite, and it's not like that. It's literally you just look on the computer and then you start to learn the planets and you just rewatch them. But this means that anytime you want to travel, you're going to know what you're heading into. Anytime you decide, I want to feel love, you can know where to go. It's so helpful. And if you're heading into a challenging planetary line, I'm going to tell you what to do about it. So I made this cute little list for myself. The top was nurturing, super intuitive, optimistic, good at creating a home. I am going to be making my next little mini course is how to make a house or apartment feel like a home, how to fluff it up, Dara style, what I have in my home. And I will be going around the house sharing things like glass jars. We're going to do a kitchen episode where you know what tools I have to live with always, what ingredients I have in my kitchen. I'm going to go through each room. So each room is going to be its own little teeny mini snackable course, so you can get ideas and know what to do because not everybody knows how to make a house feel really homey, and that's what I love to do. It would be like a precursor to feng shui, or it's part of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. What am I eating to be so beautiful? Thank you. I am eating smoothies. I have celery juice every morning, like the medical medium, and everybody, it seems, on the planet, no, not everybody, but straight celery juice. And then I make a tonic, so I'm having my Chinese herbs. And then I make a smoothie, and I eat salad and rice and salad and potato and salad and vegan Mario pasta, which I get delivered, that kind of thing. You can definitely take the course on your iPhone. Absolutely. You're just going to learn. Let's see. Yeah, can you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. Thank you. I got good lighting today. So that was a quick little video to tell you what's up with astrogeography. I would love your feedback. taking the fear out of it, because it's liberating and it's not hard. I really worked so hard to make it simple and palatable, just like I did with raw food all those years. You dump it on the counter, you chop it up, you throw some stuff with it, and you eat it. That's how easy I've made this subject that could otherwise seem daunting. It's not the way I delivered it. So there you have it, astrogeography, and next up, how to make your house homey. I don't know exactly what I'm going to call it, but that's really up for review. We're working on it, the notes this weekend. Check into it today and do send an email. Curious if you feel like it. And I'm going to see you guys really soon. Big hugs. It was so good to see you. And now that I'm not doing so many sessions, I have sessions booked. I'm booked for a while, but I need to create space to make the videos because I miss you guys. And when I don't do it, it's just very like, I feel weird. So big hugs. Hugs to all.